The apartment smells of boiled cabbage and wet wool. You sit on a rusted radiator. The iron pipes burn the back of your legs. You look down at your feet. You wear flat, cheap rubber sneakers. The rubber is scuffed. It clings stubbornly to the cracked linoleum floor. You are 20 years old. You are invisible. Outside the dirty window, the city moves. It is a vertical world. Glass towers scrape a dead gray sky. You step out onto the wet pavement. The rain freezes your toes. You walk flat on your feet. Your spine is perfectly straight. Your weight distributes evenly across your heels and toes. It is the posture of a peasant. It is the posture of the weak. You watch the women exiting the Blacktown cars. They do not walk. They strike the concrete. Click, clack, click. It sounds like a hammer cocking on a loaded revolver. They wear stilettos, 4 inches of elevated dominance. They look down at you. You hate the wet rubber on your feet. You hate looking up. The flat shoes keep you tied to the gutter. The geometry of your skeleton marks you as prey. You want the height? You want the sound? You need a weapon. The shoe store smells of synthetic glue and sharp chemical leather dye. It burns the inside of your nostrils. The carpet is thick and swallows the sound of your steps. A salesman hands you a black box. You open it. Inside rests a pair of black pumps. The heel is a spike of reinforced steel wrapped in lacquered leather, 4.5 inches high. The toe box is a tight, cruel triangle. You kick off the cheap rubber sneakers. You slide your bare foot into the trap. The physical shift is instant and violent. You stand up. Your heel lifts off the floor. Your body weight violently throws itself forward onto the delicate metatarsal bones of your toes. To keep from falling flat on your face, your body panics. The mechanics of your skeleton rewrite themselves in a fraction of a second. Your pelvis tilts sharply forward. Your lower back snaps backward, forcing a deep, unnatural arch in the lumbar spine. Your chest pushes out. Your center of gravity shifts entirely. The calf muscle instantly tightens. The Achilles tendon shrinks. A sharp pinch of hot nerve pain shoots up your heel. You look in the tall glass mirror. You are taller. You take a step on the hardwood floor. A sharp, deafening crack rings out. You pay the cash. You step onto the street. You sell your spine. The initiation is blood and blisters. You learn the brutal physics of the elevation. You stand in the marble lobby of a corporate firm. The air conditioning hums. A low, vibrating drone. The air smells of expensive cologne and ozone from the copy machines. Your feet scream. The skin on your heels rubs raw against the stiff leather backing. You taste copper in your mouth. You bite the inside of your cheek to hide the pain. You learn to walk the grid. Heel first, then toe. You lock your knees. You force the hips to sway to maintain the fragile balance. The muscles in your lower back grip your vertebrae like rusted vice grips. They burn constantly. You drink cheap gin in the bathroom stall to numb the throbbing in your toes. It tastes like juniper and rubbing alcohol. You swallow it down. You look at the women around you. They wear the same uniform, the same unnatural arch, the same strained calves. The lobby echoes with a dozen identical sharp clicks. You are not a human being anymore. You are a biological extension of the corporate architecture. You are a piece of the machine. The flat-footed girls fetch the coffee. The elevated women run the floor. The pain is the price of admission. You pay it gladly. You sit behind a massive cold glass desk. The corner office is entirely climate-controlled. It smells of expensive floor wax and fresh lilies. You wear 5-inch stilettos, pure Italian leather, a red sole. You run the department. You broker the deals. You move the money. You hold the authority of the elevated spine. You own the floor. When you walk down the hallway, the sound announces you. Click, clack, click. It is a threat. Men step aside. Subordinates flinch. You command the fear of the entire building, but your body is a war zone. You sit rigidly in your ergonomic chair. Your lower back is a knot of burning, electrified wire. You take heavy prescription painkillers with room temperature water. The pills taste like bitter chalk. You are consumed by a creeping paranoia. You cannot take the shoes off. If you slip your feet out of the leather under the desk, the relief is fleeting. The terror sets in. If the building catches fire, you cannot run. If a threat enters the room, your balance is a joke. Without the 4 inches of steel, you shrink. The illusion shatters. You wear them 14 hours a day. The bones in your feet begin to fuse. You are a prisoner in a cage of your own calculated design. The betrayal happens in the dark. It is a Tuesday night. You stand in your penthouse bathroom. The harsh fluorescent light buzzes above the mirror. The room smells of clinical antiseptic and expensive face cream. You reach down. Your hands shake. You pull the 5-inch stilettos off your feet. You drop them on the tile. You try to stand flat-footed. You cannot. Panic hits your chest like a physical blow. You force your heel down toward the cold ceramic tile. A blinding flash of white-hot agony rips up the back of your leg. The Achilles tendon is permanently shortened. It has shrunk to fit the mold of the shoe. Your heels hover a full inch off the floor. You look at your naked feet. The big toe points sharply inward. The joint bulges out in a painful red bunion. The toes are curled like a dead bird's claws. You look at your back in the mirror. The unnatural arch is locked. Hyperlordosis. The vertebrae in your lower spine are grinding against each other. The cartilage is completely gone. Sciatica shoots down your left thigh like a hot iron rod. You built an empire on 4 square inches of steel. But the success was a trap. You broke the fundamental gear of your own skeleton. The machine did not need you to be powerful. It just needed you to fit the aesthetic. You are not a queen. You are a deformed worker ant. The hardware is ruined. You are an older woman in a thick wool coat. You sit alone on a damp wooden park bench. The slats are rotting. The autumn wind cuts through your clothes. The park smells of decaying leaves and wet soil. You look down at your feet. You wear thick, ugly orthopedic shoes. The rubber soles are massive. The Velcro straps are tight. Your back is severely hunched. A wooden cane rests against your knee. The dull, constant ache of severe arthritis hums in your lower spine. The damage is permanent. You watch a teenager walking down the paved path. The girl wears cheap, synthetic leather heels, 4 inches high. She wobbles. Her ankles shake. But her chin is high. Her lower back snaps into that sharp, unnatural curve. She feels the power. You hear the sharp click of the plastic heel against the concrete. Click, clack, click. The cycle begins again. The skeleton lies to the brain. The aesthetic demands the bone. The biological system is rigged from the first purchase. The shoe always wins. You reach down with a trembling hand. You rub a lower spine that no longer bends. You listen to the fading sound of the heels. You sit in the absolute crushing cold. You know the truth. You will never stand straight again.